We're all going to get to know the name of Glenn Simpson pretty well by the time this year is over. He's the guy who commissioned Christopher Steele, the MI6 spy, former MI6 spy, to write or amass the dossier linking Trump to Putin and linking him to efforts to fix the election, all of which was phony, but it was in that dossier. And the dossier is a document that he was paid $160,000 to amass, and he then subcontracted it to Steele to do the work. And the chutzpah of the guy, he's been subpoenaed by Chuck Grassley's Judiciary Committee, and he says he won't testify. He says he won't show up, and if he does show up, he'll take the Fifth Amendment. Well, we have to realize that there were two things that could really have influenced the election. One were the emails that came out from Hillary that were allegedly released by the Russians. I personally believe it had no impact on the race, but it could have. But the other, which clearly did have an impact on the race, was this phony dossier that was written up, and all of the leaks and all of the spin and all of the information that the Hillary campaign used throughout all the debates against Trump to try to make the charge that Trump was, to use Hillary's words, Putin's puppet. And the guy who conceived this, who pushed this dossier that is totally wrong, totally phony, totally devoid of any content of factuality, won't testify. He won't tell us who wrote it. He won't tell us who paid for it. He won't tell us who promoted it. That is just an outrageous situation. And it seems to me that that is as serious, far more serious an issue than any of the others not cooperating with Mueller. His failure to explain this really just should lead us to dismiss this entire charge, because obviously he's covering something up and doesn't want it to be known who paid for or who wrote this ridiculous dossier. Now, for a lot more information about this, Eileen and I have a book coming out on August 15th called Rogue Spooks, The Intelligence War Against Donald Trump. And we frame this Trump-Russia thing accurately as being essentially an intelligence media coup to reverse the results of the election, pivoting off of this phony dossier and the leaks from the intel community of the ex-Obama people who were all there, and the failure of anybody to follow up and police who's doing these leaks. And we spell it all out, we say where it comes from, and we say what probably is behind this plot and who probably is involved in it. I have to say probably because you don't know for sure, but we come pretty close. So right now you could click on the link at the end of this video and order your copy of Rogue Spooks, the intelligence plot against the intelligence war against Donald Trump. And when you click, if you order from Books A Million or from Barnes & Nobles, they'll send you an autographed copy. If you order through Amazon, they don't do that anymore. But when you order your book, you'll find a form on my home webpage where you can fill it in, and we will mail you by snail mail, but in time for the book, a signed book plate. So please, take advantage of this, because it really will help boost the sales of the book and bring it to everybody's attention, because God knows it needs to be. Now, if this whole Russia-Trump situation doesn't make you kind of worn out, a good way to recover from that is to drink a good glass of bourbon. And if you watch the 5 o'clock hour video, it's called the 5 o'clock hour.com, prepared by my friend Clayton Leota. He goes through the history of bourbon and what he calls the basics of bourbon. It's a lot of fun, and have a look at it. Thanks for watching.
And anytime.
Now, if this whole Russia-Trump situation doesn't make you kind of worn out, a good way to recover from that is to drink a good glass of bourbon. And if you watch the 5 o'clock hour video, it's called the 5 o'clock hour.com, prepared by my friend Clayton Leota. He goes through the history of bourbon and what he calls the basics of bourbon. It's a lot of fun, and have a look at it. Thanks for watching.